Have you taken a GLP-1 like Mounjaro, Zepbound, Ozempic, or Wegovy, and for a while you were losing weight and then all of a sudden it stopped and you feel like you're doing all the things and the scale's not going to budge? That is what I like to call a GLP-1 weight loss stall. And today you are in luck. I am bringing on two fantastic guests that are—
And me.
And Jeff. And my husband, Jeff. I am bringing two fantastic guests today that have lost a lot of weight. Each of them have lost a lot more weight than I have on their Mounjaro Zepbound journeys. But they are really good at busting through a plateau and breaking those weight loss stalls. And I have been on a weight loss stall for about 5 months. I said last week that I had lost 3 pounds since May, and it's October. And I've been taking Mounjaro. I'm on 12.5 milligrams. I've been on 12.5 milligrams for 6 months now. This is my last shot of 6 months on 12.5 milligrams. And it's been kind of slow go for me. However, I did a bunch of things this last week that I'm going to share with you all, and I'll let you know if I was successful in busting that scale this week. And I'm going to share with you the things that I tried, because I've been doing a lot of research trying to remember what were the best things that I've done in the past where I've broken a stall, because I'm so tired of I'm so close to a couple of different goals that I have. And I really want to hit them and hit them soon. Okay. And now for the first guest. Our first guest is Grant. And Grant has been on my show before. Both of my guests have been on my show before, and Grant Campbell is absolutely fantastic. He is a member of our Anchor Moments community. And look at the before. I'm going to show you first the before and after picture of Grant. You can really tell a difference. And let's bring Grant on. Hey, Grant.
Good evening.
When did you first start taking Mounjaro? Are you on Mounjaro or Zepbound?
Mounjaro. Yeah, I'm the type 2 diabetic, so that's the only way I could take it.
Yeah, me too. I have type 2 diabetes as well. That's why I take Mounjaro.
Zepbound since January.
Yeah. So just January of this year?
Yep.
Wow. January of 2025. And
Yes,
how much
ma'am.
weight have you lost so far, Grant?
I'm down to 240 from 300.
Wow. So you've lost 60 pounds.
Yeah. And
Wow. In
I'm
less than a year.
Currently in a plateau right now, trying to bust through again.
All right. Well, you're in luck, because we're going to bring in Mayor Mindy, and Mayor Mindy has hit some plateaus before, and she's lost over 100 pounds. Hey, Mayor Mindy.
Hi everybody.
Yeah, and Mindy's real last name is Mikami, but everybody knows her in the GLP-1 circles as Mayor Mindy, and she is so fun.
Now, are you up for re-election this year?
I'm not sure how I got this position, but yeah, I'll take all the votes.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Mindy, when did you start your GLP-1 journey?
I started in April of 2024, and like you and Grant, for those who don't know, I'm a type 2 diabetic.
Okay.
So I've been, I guess, about 19 months. I took my 80th shot this Thursday. So, and I'm down 108 pounds.
108 pounds. That's so exciting. That is incredible.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I know you have had at least 2 stalls, because I remember one you
Mhm.
had early on before you were ever before I've ever interviewed you. I think this might be the 4th time maybe that you've been on
Yeah,
Anchor
I think
Moment
so.
for me.
Mhm.
And but before you were even on the first time, I remember you commenting in the chat and saying that you were on a stall and you were trying so hard. You were training to do a triathlon.
You want me to
So
show you those
you
pictures?
definitely, yeah, let's show some pictures of Miss Mindy.
Hold on.
Yeah, he did make
That's
a
not me.
little slideshow of Mayor Mindy. Okay. And
Yeah.
tell us about this picture, Mindy.
So that is me competing in Ironman North Carolina 70.3. So it's a half Ironman. I did the run leg. So 2 of my friends, my coaches actually, one did the swim, one did the bike, and I did the run, which is a half marathon. So my highest weight is around 305 pounds, but my starting weight on Mounjaro was 271. In that picture, I'm probably about 250, 255, and I ran a half marathon at that weight.
Wow.
It wasn't fast. And that's me just 2
Yay.
weeks ago, competing in my 5th triathlon. And I saw the cameraman, so I thought I'd be a little goofy and acted like an airplane.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
And I saw.
Excuse me.
That was okay. Yeah, so that's me finishing. I'm wearing my my team. We call it a kit. It's a onesie. Basically, it is not the most flattering outfit, but this just goes to show that you know, if you keep trying, you can get there. And I completed the whole triathlon on my own. I didn't need to do a relay. So
Wow.
yeah. And I was happy. You could see I'm having a good time doing it. So.
Oh, that's great. Now the first plateau that I remember you saying in the chat, you were working so hard. You were training and you were really limiting your calories, and you were eating whole foods, really good stuff, and the scale was not budging.
No.
And that's
Yeah,
when
it was really tough because I was working out, every day. Triathlon means at least, you're swimming or you're running or you're cycling every day. And I had learned from a bariatric doctor. I didn't have bariatric surgery, so I guess these days we would call him an obesity doctor, but he had taught me how to eat low carb to lose weight. And I had done that before. This is actually the 3rd time I'm losing over 100 pounds. So anyway, he had taught me this low carb trick, and I was doing that, and it stopped working. And eating low carb and doing endurance sports, they don't really go together either. You need that glucose, the glycogen, to feed your muscles. So I talked to a dietitian and increased my calories and increased my carbs, and my weight started to come off again. So I credit that. I'm not saying though that if you guys know, I like to say everybody is different and every body is different. Jeff quotes me all the time.
he loves that.
But I'm not saying, if you're only eating 1,500 calories, I want you to go out and eat 2,000. That's not what I'm saying. But for me, that's what was necessary. And my body was just saying, hey, if we're not going to get any more calories, we're going to become really efficient at using the ones you're giving us. And we're not, because my body doesn't know that I'm trying to do a triathlon and I'm trying to lose weight. It thinks we're starving now, So I think that was the key for me. But it really is important for everybody to figure out, what's going to work for them with help from your doctor, because none of us are doctors. None of us are
doctors.
All 3 of us. We're your sister from another mister or brother from another mother. but we are not your
So
doctors.
I'll always listen to and consult your doctor.
Yes.
Exactly.
What you were talking about there, Mindy, I guess is what they call reverse dieting. Is that the term?
A little
And,
bit. It wasn't I am actually doing that now, reverse
Okay.
dieting. But yeah, it wasn't quite reverse dieting, but a little bit. So
Right.
yeah, reverse dieting is when you've gotten yourself into a low calorie deficit and your metabolism your body is just saying, well, we must be starving now, so we're going to become super efficient at using what little we're getting. And so you gradually step yourself up in calories to a point where you can then drop down again and start to lose weight. So I'm in a kind of a recomposition mode right now. My BMI, which we all know is silly anyway, it says that I'm still overweight, and I probably would like to lose another 15, 20 pounds. But right now I am not trying to lose weight. I'm trying to increase my calories. I'm working on weightlifting now that I'm kind of taking a break from endurance sports, and hoping that giving my body those extra calories will tell it, hey, we can grow some muscle. Because muscle is not efficient. So your body doesn't like to have muscle. At least that's what I believe. And so if your body says, oh, we got to let something go, it's going to let go of muscle because it's costly when it comes to your metabolism. So trying to work on that. I've just started after that last triathlon weightlifting. So I'm just in week 2 of my serious lifting. But the scale isn't going up. It's kind of still staying in the same place it had been. So, and I'm eating 1,950 calories a day now. So we'll see. I'm going to see how high I can get it without gaining weight, and then go back to, drop it back down a little bit.
Yeah, that reverse dieting, you really did a great job of describing that for us, Mayor Mindy. I realized I kind of put myself on reverse dieting without trying. I didn't realize that that's kind of what I was doing. But today I'm going to be taking, is this my 90-second shot, Jeff?
Yes.
My 90-second shot. So I've been doing this actually even a little bit longer than Mindy and definitely longer than Grant, but I have not lost as much weight as Mindy and as Grant. I will tell you what I did this last week. I'm down 2 pounds this week. I'm so excited. The scale is finally moving again. And I think what had happened is early on, and you can watch all of my videos. There's 92 weeks worth of videos every Mounjaro Monday from the very first day I took my very first shot. So you can see in the very beginning, I was good at writing down all my calories. And Jeff likes to use MyFitnessPal, and he'll put it on his MyFitnessPal app. And I like writing down what I've been eating. I'm old school. I used to be a elementary school teacher, and I really like writing on pen and paper what I'm doing. And I had different little daily goals, and I would write them all down. And one of my daily goals is to eat at least 4 servings of fruits and vegetables, because if I don't think about it, I'm not going to eat them or eat enough. Maybe I only had like an apple or something, and that's not enough. And
Apples are good.
but apples are good for you. But I try to eat at least 4 servings of fruits and vegetables. And then I have a little square for exercise to make sure I do some sort of exercise every day. Keeping track of my water. How many ounces of water have I had so far today? And protein, making sure that I'm eating enough protein. I don't know what my exact number is going to be. I do need to see a registered dietitian again. I have not done that since I got my type 2 diabetes diagnosis 5 years ago. It's been 5 years now. But when I did see a registered dietitian and I took a 6-week type 2 diabetes class, they told me to eat 3 meals a day, and that each meal I should have at least 20 to 30 grams of protein in it, which would be 60 to 90 grams of protein in a day. And that's what I was told when I took the type 2 diabetes class. And it's really easy for me to eat carbs, and it's harder for me to get in enough protein. I'm not as much of a meat lover as I am anything that has carbs in it. So for me, hitting that 90, I want to make sure that I'm hitting at least the 60, and I'm shooting for about 100 grams of protein. But if I hit at least 70 grams, I call that good. But I'm shooting for about 100, and I track that. And since my whole life, I've had a hard time with constipation and staying ahead of constipation. I really have to stay ahead of it when taking Mounjaro, because it's really the only side effect that I have is increased constipation. So I have to stay ahead of that. So for fiber, I've been trying to hit 25 grams of fiber, but now I'm really looking forward to seeing a registered dietitian, that I might be dropping that to 20, that if I hit at least 20, because there are some nights that I haven't hit that 25 and I'm not hungry. And so it seems counterintuitive to be trying to shove something in to get that fiber. But I will be meeting with a registered dietitian again soon. So I want to find out what my resting metabolism is, so that way I'm making sure I'm not under eating. And I remember when Mindy had told us about that first stall in the chat, we were like, see a registered dietitian, because all that exercise you're doing, we don't think you're eating enough. And we knew there's the possibility, if you're not eating enough, your weight loss will stall. And then after she went, she was like, oh my gosh, you guys, you're right. The registered dietitian wanted me to eat more.
And did you have a list of questions you wanted me to remind you to ask our two guests?
I do have a list of
Okay,
questions here.
good.
Yes.
Phew.
Yes.
I didn't
But
see where they went.
anyway, for me, real quick, what I did differently what I stopped doing is I stopped writing my food down. And I started getting kind of sloppy, where I might write my breakfast down and then not write my lunch and dinner. And I was doing that for quite a bit, where I wasn't being consistent with writing stuff down. And I believe that I'm really good at maintenance. I'm never going to worry about maintenance as long as I can take Mounjaro. I think maintenance is going to be easy peasy for me, because I've been able to maintain my weight loss. I'm down 53 pounds from my highest weight, and 45 pounds now from the first time I took my first shot on January 10th of 2025. And I gave myself a challenge to write down every bite I take for 10 days in a row, and not go to a restaurant for 10 days in a row, so I can weigh and measure all my food and know for sure 100% how many calories I'm taking in. And I did that. And I also increased my exercise a little bit. Instead of swimming for an hour, I'm swimming like an hour and a half, though yesterday might have been my last time in the pool, because the temperatures really dropped this weekend. So I think that might be my last day swimming. But I've been trying to push it a little bit harder. And when I recorded my calories, I then added them up by 10, or added them up and then divided by 10. And my average calories that I've been having is 1,300. 1,300 and where is it? Here we go. 1,315 calories. My average protein for the 10 days is 105 grams of protein daily. And my average fiber was 25. I had a couple of days where it was just 24, but then I had a couple of days where it was 26 or 27. And so that's just taking the time to write it down has made a difference for me again. And it always seems to, when I need to break a stall, is just looking at what am I really eating? Because sometimes you're not eating enough, and sometimes you may be taking in more calories that you didn't realize. You know, that little handful of nuts when you walk through the kitchen or whatever, you know, all those little things add up. And maybe you're, you know, taking in 100 or 200 calories more than you need. But on the medication, if I don't write it down, it's really great to maintain. I'm not gaining weight. I can maintain my 50-pound weight loss, you know, from my highest weight, but to actually lose weight again. So I kind of feel like I was already reverse dieting for the last few months, where I was possibly eating what it was to maintain. And now I'm really trying to kick it hard to and really watch what I'm doing. And I'll have another great thing about, if you document what it is that you're eating, if you see a registered dietitian, you can show it to them and they'll know what it is that you've been doing, and they can look at it and give you personal advice that's personal for you. Because why, Mindy?
Because everybody is different and everybody is different.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and a good registered dietitian will work with you too. Like, I have friends who are very picky eaters, and you know, they go to this registered dietitian and they think they're going to be told they have to eat things that they don't like say you don't eat meat, or say you don't like fish, or you only like broccoli, it's the only vegetable you can eat. They will help. A good registered dietitian will help you figure out how to, you know, maneuver that so you're still getting the nutrients and the, you know, macros, calories that you need, but not having to eat Brussels sprouts if you don't like them.
Right.
Jeff loves them,
Right.
evidently.
And I'll be interested to hear, now that you start lifting weights, if that is going to make a difference for you, Mindy, because you're also changing up your exercise routine.
Mm-hmm.
I remember years ago, I used to do jazzercise, and my jazzercise instructor, she wasn't like super overweight, but she probably had about 30 to 40 pounds more on her than she wanted to have. And I remember her telling us, this is driving me crazy because I've been trying to eat healthy, and you see me teaching these exercise classes, you know, why I can't seem to get my weight to budge. And then I remember her coming another week that she had talked to her doctor and I believe to a dietitian, and they mentioned that she needed to mix things up because she was doing a lot of the same where her body got used to it. And that she try weightlifting too, to do that a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see, Mindy, if now that you're changing up your routine, what that's going to do.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. It's been fun to be doing something different, though. I've been doing triathlon for, I think I started in 2019, so I've been doing it for 6 years now. So yeah, it's fun to be in the gym lifting weights. So that's really what I do 3 days a week. I lift weights, and then the other days I do, every day I make sure I get at least 10,000 to 12,000 steps. And, you know, I have a desk job, so that means I have to get out and walk. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do, a little more cardio, but just zone 2, nothing pushing like I used to for triathlon, just really either riding my bike gently, going for a brisk walk, or I can go swimming too. It's just such a rigmarole to get to the YMCA and get in the pool and get a lane and all those things. So I haven't really been swimming much, but yeah, it's fun, and it's fun to do something different because I kind of felt like I was getting in a rut. And so I really do recommend that to everyone. If you are in a stall, you know,
Sit up.
find something to switch it up, whether it's, you know, the foods you eat, like, or the workouts that you do, or, you know, just something, if nothing else. You know, it's so hard every single day to look at the scale and it's not moving. At least that gives you something else to look forward to. Or for me right now, right, the weights are a new challenge. Like, how much weight can I lift? How many reps can I do? Not trying to hurt myself, but, you know, it's exciting to say, oh, I could only do this much and now I can do more, you know. So giving yourself something new to look forward to, and maybe tricking your body into, you know, doing something different too.
Yep. And I think you'll see that too, even with the reverse calories, that for a while eating a little bit more, and then later doing a cut again, where you're lowering your calories and you're giving your body a chance to rest for a little bit before you go down again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, any of the folks here that watch the Downsized, you know, Lorraine always has her, you know, go eat a hamburger solution whenever she's in a stall, was in a stall. She'd be like, yeah, let's go get a hamburger and tomorrow I'll lose weight. You know, I don't know if that's true, but, you know, just.
That's a good motto too.
Yeah.
Everybody
Jeff
eats
doesn't-
quick.
Everybody needs a burger every now and again.
But one thing I will say, Gina, about your success, when I saw that you were starting to record like you always used to, giving yourself your gold stars, and I saw you going back to that, that was the first thing I thought was, she's going to have success. Because, you know, things that we track, things that we measure, they, you know, they get done. And we do, some people, this is kind of, I don't like this term, it's kind of diet culture-y, but people say those BLTs will get you, those bites, licks, and tastes, you know? And because we don't tend to count those. So, and I think, you know, not going out to eat for a hot minute, that was probably a really good idea for you. We all know we can go out to eat. It's perfectly fine. But when you're trying to hone in and be disciplined, it's something you can set aside for a little bit, you know, to see success. So I think that was a really good choice for you. Sometimes it's not anything you're doing, I hate to even say wrong, but it's a waiting game sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta be more stubborn than your body and just keep doing it until, you know, it finally relents. There is no one answer. It's just a bunch of things that, you know, we can try. I really do want people to remember that, you know, stalls happen to everybody. Your body is smart. When you lose weight, your metabolism adjusts. You know, it's not, your body's not betraying you. It's biology. So
It's doing what it's supposed to do.
yeah, if you think of your body as like updating its software, you know, you can't plateau if you haven't already climbed. So, you know, you're on your excursion, your journey, your adventure, and, you know, your body's just buffering for a minute. You know, don't panic. And you know, try this and then try that and try this other thing, because now you don't know what worked, right? So
Yeah.
be kind and gentle to yourself, not to the point of giving yourself too much grace. I think I see a lot of that out there. But, you know, take it easy. I hate to think of slow and steady, you know, because we all want it right now, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, I lost 108 pounds. That probably took me about, I don't know, 16 months. And now that seems like a lot. It seems fast. But at the time, it was like, oh my gosh, can I just get there now? I'm done.
Yes.
But we know we will get there, right? And so I think, you know, we have to be careful not to get too obsessed. It's really hard not to do. And I'm one of those daily weighers. I weigh myself every day.
Me too.
So it's really hard to realize that you're not in a stall. Like, I think I'm in a stall. Like, Monday. Okay, so maybe Monday I weighed myself and I don't know, I was 165. And then Tuesday I was 165.5. And then I was 164.8. And then I was 165 again. And so I think, oh, my weight is not changing. But then when I go back and I look on a weekly basis or even a monthly basis, or I'm showing my registered dietitian what I've done, she's like, Mindy, it's slow because I'm towards the end of my journey, but she's like, you lost 2.5 pounds last month. That's well within normal. And I've heard it said that normal is a dishwasher setting, not a person, but it is. I think the Countess of Shopping says that. She's like, that's well within what's expected at this point in your journey. If you were only losing that much, maybe, in month 1 or 2, maybe that weighing over 270 pounds, then yeah, maybe we need to tweak something. But so I think we have to step back a little bit too sometimes and say, are we really in a stall? Now, Gina, we know you were in a stall, right? It was a long time.
It was a long, yeah.
Yeah. But sometimes I think we're just impatient.
Yeah.
So Grant, you said you're in a stall right now. What's going on with that? What are you doing?
Well, I've not been near the person that exercises like you are for most of my life. So, that's been a new journey for me, trying to get a daily workout routine going. And, I went the gym route and said, okay, I won't get a membership. And thankfully my insurance even helped with that. So
Great.
I think we pay $29 a month for Anytime Fitness, it's called here. And they have a 24-hour gym that I go to. And I've started with the treadmill and bike and trying to slowly increase my duration and resistance and all that stuff. Never have tried weightlifting, even in school, or I didn't do football or anything, so I've never done that. So I'm thinking my next step is going to be try to get a trainer from there. They have ones on staff. And only bad thing is I like going at night when everybody else is going to bed and everybody else is not there. I like doing things without everybody watching me. At least that's what it feels like. I know they're probably not, but I'd rather not have a crowd around me. And so it'd be kind of hard to get training at 10:30 at night, but I may have to try to go a couple times a week for training right after work or something. But so that's one thing I'm trying to increase on. One thing that I think is actually helping me too, and I think I mentioned it a couple times, are these. These are helping me get more of my daily stuff because I've always been a picky eater. And so a lot of this stuff y'all say, you say it's good. And, I eat a lot of meat, so I like chicken, but I'm not good on my veggies and I'm trying to get better. So this actually provides 100% of a lot of vitamins that I probably don't get otherwise. And it gives me, I think, about 6 grams of fiber. I mean, that's a start, but I'm already seeing a difference in 3 weeks. A really big difference on things being more regulated. And I think that's going to hopefully help me along with the increased exercise and starting to track my calories better. I love that Fitness Pal that Jeff recommends. Y'all have said a lot of what applies over the weeks, tracking, drinking more water. That video you posted today, Mindy, was really, actually, he has 9 videos. I don't know what the guy's name was, but talking about
yeah.
I watched the first one, so I'm going to watch the other 8. He has a 9-part series on stalls. And
good.
And he said that water is what you actually lose a lot of first. And that's why it goes so quick. And so to think about drinking more water is natural to think, well, my body's going to retain it. That's not how it works. It actually helps to flush more out. So I've increased my water intake too. which, kind of goes back to another comment I did a few weeks ago, and I think it might have confused y'all a little bit, but my creatinine is trying to inch up on me. And that's of course, the measurement in your kidneys to see how things are working. And I said, well, I'm going to have to increase my water intake because heck, if they're going to take me off this shot. So,
Yeah.
because I've read that some people have that reaction, not many, but some.
Mm.
So, I finally got my potassium back in jive. I was a little low in that, and that was what was causing my palpitations.
Yeah. I
I
thought
was,
that might be
Oh,
the
yeah.
case.
yeah.
Mhm.
It was down to 3, I think, and you're supposed to be at least 4 or more, whatever that measurement is.
Mhm.
And so they gave me some medicine, and then I actually, as bad as this probably for sugar, I drink a pineapple juice a day, straight up pineapple juice, and it has helped my potassium too.
Oh,
But
good.
they have those. We go to Sam's here. We don't have Costco, but
Okay.
Sam's Club, and they have those little cans that you can drink. I think are 8 ounces. So um, anyhow, so I got that regulated. So now hopefully my creatinine test. I go Thursday to get that tested again. So we don't want the kidneys to suffer. So,
No, we don't.
but
And that's why it's important that you're visiting with your doctor too.
yep,
That you really, because you should be seeing your doctor. So that way you have that expert advice and they can look and see what your lab works and things are doing.
yeah. And they are going to go ahead and what's the word? Titrate me up
Hmm.
again in 3 weeks to 12 and a half.
Okay.
So, I don't know if that's the answer. I know a lot of times people say that's not the answer in plateaus, but since I've been able to stand each raise pretty well without a lot of reaction, they wanted to go ahead and try it. So, um, that's another step I'll be doing in the next month. So
Yeah, I'm not real sure. There's so many opinions about that. I kind of feel like it doesn't help you lose weight. So like for me, if I'm eating, say I'm eating 1800 calories, if I'm eating 1800 calories and I'm on one dose and I continue to eat 1800 calories and go up in dose, is that going to change anything? I don't really know. I got desperate and asked, and my doctor won't titrate me up because my A1C is super low, and that it can put me in danger of hypoglycemia. So I'm kind of chronically hypoglycemic now. So she won't titrate me up anymore.
wow,
Okay.
what level are you considered hypoglycemic?
Well, if your blood sugar is below 70, and so my average is around 83, I think. So that
Wow,
means
average.
that's that when I had a CGM on, that was my average. And so that means that a good part of the day I'm below 70. So my doctor I'm on 7.5 right now, and she won't take me up anymore. And I have to listen to my doctor.
Absolutely. You absolutely do, because everybody is different and every body is different. And
I've
your
heard
doctor knows, and your doctor's looking at your labs, your doctor's, listening to your heart, all of those things. It's so important to do those doctor visits.
Yeah. And she's also happy with my weight, right? Because all my numbers are fine. And when I started on this journey, she was like, I don't care what. She's like, first of all, ignore the stupid BMI chart. And, she's like, if you're healthy and happy and all your numbers are good, 20 pounds ago, she was happy with where I am. So, it's fine. And, I always know I have a little bit of room to grow or shrink. I don't know.
Sure.
If I need to, but, I thought, what if even though I don't in my logical brain think that that's going to help, I still think, oh, maybe I should try going up. But she's like, no, you cannot. So.
Well, I guess I was asking what your A1C is at this point.
Oh, it's 4.7.
So that's
wow. Wow. That is a really low A1C. Wow. you're the only person I know that's as low as that as an A1C. That is
having a 4 at
really
all.
low.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like my average glucose is 90. I had forgotten that measurement was in there. Okay.
So
Good to
what's
know.
your A1C right now then, Grant?
It's right at 5.
That's great. That's
Yeah,
great.
that was as of September 3rd. She's doing it every 3 months. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Mine is 5.4, and I was really excited about that. It was 5.6 6 months ago, and that was like crazy exciting to me. And now it's down a little bit more, 5.4, but it's still high enough that with my stall being almost a 6-month stall, my new doctor that I saw, she put me on 15 milligrams. So today's going to be my last 12.5 milligram shot that I'm going to take. And then I'm going to start 15 milligrams next week. And we'll see if it makes a difference. But
Sure.
I'll be doing that and recording what I'm eating.
So do you want to sum up maybe the things that I heard so far as far as ways to break a stall, and maybe you can fill in if you think I left anything off the list. Like
because wait, we had some questions that we put
okay.
in the description. Basically, that we
Go
put
ahead,
in the
do it.
description that they could find out if they watch this video. And let's see if
Go
we
ahead.
hit those. One was when to talk to your doctor. Oh, I didn't write that one down, but that's a good one. When and how to talk to your doctor about dosage during a stall. And it sounds like Mindy did talk to her doctor, and her doctor went, "Whoa, wait a minute! You have such a low A1C.
Maybe hypoglycemia.
Yeah, we don't want your A1C to go any lower." So she didn't want to put you up higher.
But talking to the doctor is key.
Right. And then Grant, you talked to your doctor, correct?
Yep, sure did. And I left it up to her, obviously. I said, "What do you think?" And she felt like it was time. So, because I think 10 milligrams has been about 3 or 4 months. So,
okay. Yep. And when I talked to mine, it was a new doctor, but I explained, where I've been and how much weight I've lost and that I haven't really had any problems other than needing to stay ahead of constipation, which I do. And she was like, "Yeah, you can go up to 15. That sounds like a good idea. Let's try it." And then, but she's going to meet with me next month. So, to see how I'm doing, which is good too. And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think the important thing when you're talking to your doctor is being prepared. Like, Gina, you have your, I know that's also for your registered dietitian, but you can tell her, "Look, I've been doing this. This is what I'm doing. I've been eating this many calories." Like going in, because, doctors, I mean, they're human, of course, and hopefully they have compassion, but their work is based on science, right? So if we go in there and we're prepared and have data, to share with them, it certainly helps them understand where we're coming from, but also helps them make an educated decision for us. So, or help us make. My doctor never makes decisions for me, by the way. She always says, "This is what I think you should do. What do you want to do?" Like, but basically she's acting like she's giving me the choice.
Yeah. But she's
seriously,
partnering with you with your healthcare. I like that. My Dr. Gannon, my doctor that I had for 35 years, he did that too. He was your partner, and he would tell you, what the different risk factors were and different things about where you're at. And then you kind of felt like you were deciding together.
Yeah.
Which was really nice.
Yeah, my doc. Well, she's actually a nurse practitioner, to be honest.
Okay.
I have liked her the best, though. Not all doctors are this way, but it seems like once they get to that doctor level, sometimes they just don't listen. Some of these nurse practitioners, they have just as much knowledge as they do. They just don't have that doctor in front of their name. But she just talks it out with me every time and encourages me. And
Yeah.
she's been the best. You know, that's who I started back in January with, and she's been there every step of the way. Um, so I've been thankful.
That's great. That is great, Grant. All right. So here's the 3 things I did put that I said people
In the
would find
description.
out in the description. 1 is the single most common dietary mistake people make during a stall.
I guess starving yourself.
Yeah, I would say that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, thinking, okay, I'm in a stall tomorrow. I'm just gonna eat 500 calories or not eat at all. Or our body, and GLP-1s can make you not hungry, right? But your body still needs real fuel. It needs protein, fiber, hydration. The scale might stall, but your body still needs nutrition. So it's still important to eat.
And one thing I've noticed too, even though I'm maybe stalling, I still see areas shrinking. I mean, it's like your whole body's not losing, but areas are still losing.
You're losing
And
inches.
Non-scale
Yeah.
victories.
Yeah.
right, non-scale victories. That's right.
That happened to me probably 2 months ago. It was like every blouse I put on was just like falling off, and I hadn't really lost but maybe a pound or 2, but all of a sudden none of my blouses fit. My pants all still fit, but none of my blouses fit. It looked like I was wearing someone else's clothes. And so Grant is right. We all talk about this, but you have to pay attention to things other than the scale too. Like, does my waist, my pants, do they fit different? Or, does something else, even my silly shoes don't fit anymore, so
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Something else I've noticed even since the last time we talked live, Gina, was I have no more nerve pain like I used to have in my feet. I
Great.
mean, I don't have that anymore. Everything's healed up, and the look of my feet's just even gotten better. So it's amazing.
Yeah,
All
so
those different things.
yeah, when Grant was on the first time, he had foot surgery because he had a sore in his foot that wasn't healing by itself. And that's a scary thing when you're diabetic, because you could start losing toes and limbs. And so is your foot all healed now?
Oh yeah, completely.
Yay.
And even that discoloration that I had gotten, and I forget what the foot doctor told me it was, but it's from diabetes, is starting to go away. So, I mean, it looks like a normal foot. And, since we were on last 2, I got diabetic shoes that fit well, and I don't have to worry about sores or blisters, it's really good. One other thing I like to do, and I hope to show you this in March or whenever y'all end up here, Gina, is hiking. I love going on hiking trails now. Around here, there are hundreds of trails, and you just get used to the ones you like. And I had attached another picture to that email. I don't know if y'all saw that or not, but it was a picture of us after hiking on Sunday around a lake, and it's called Babcock Lake. And I've just found that's another way I love to get my steps in for the day. And with some of these trails, you really go up some steep hills. So I don't rock climb or anything. I just stick to the paths. But there's trails everywhere around here, and my wife loves doing it too. And she's trying to get back down to a weight before her surgery. So we're supporting each other.
Yeah, hiking is a great exercise. It really is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, trying to get it all in before this winter hits. So
have a plan for that, though, Grant.
Yeah.
Have a plan for when you can't work out outside anymore.
Well, he's got Anytime Fitness now.
Well, that was one main thing, and I think Darium which I think he's on here, or he was.
He is.
But
He is.
I love
he was saying
experience.
in one of Twan's lives the other day, well, what are you going to do in the winter? Because it's going to be snowing. I mean, can you get to the gym? I'm like, oh, please. I can drive in snow. Don't worry.
Oh, good.
It's funny how different people from different climates are like, you drive in the snow? I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, if you know how to do it, it's usually okay.
Yeah, not here in North Carolina. I'm from Long Island, so I'm used to snow too. But
Yeah.
here we don't have anybody. We don't have
Oh,
the equipment to
no.
clear it off, and we get ice on the
No.
road. You just stay home.
Well, I got family in Raleigh and High Point area down there and Archdale, all kind of together there. But they've been in North Carolina probably since the boys were really young. And um, the parents had grown up here, but they said we ain't touching that snow. I'm like, well, it does make a difference if you were raised in it. So,
For sure.
but yeah, that's what I plan on doing is going to the gym, snowing or not.
Good deal.
Good. And so, yeah, that kind of goes with the second one that I had put on there, a surprising strategy for shaking up your exercise routine. And it's not just more cardio. What else can you do?
Mhm.
Yeah, so definitely, lifting weights. And, I talked about Jamie Selzler. I put his name in the chat, but he has on his TikTok, if you're on TikTok, I know not everybody is. I think he also posts a lot of stuff on YouTube, but he does a series of how you can work out from home with, just elastic bands, or even, like you, Gina, with your squats using, cans of soup, or, bottles of drinks. Because he understands. Jamie used to weigh over 650 pounds. And so, he understands that not everybody wants to go to the gym. It's kind of ironic, right? I'm going to go to the gym once I feel thin enough to go to the gym, but
Yes.
so he shares workouts that you can do from home. And one of his rules is he only shares things that he could have done when he weighed 650 pounds. He weighs under 300
That's a
pounds
great
now,
idea.
but he doesn't do anything where you have to get up and down off the floor. And, he shows you how to use things around the house. He also shows you how to use like elastic bands and stuff. So there's plenty you can do from home. And I think, Grant, one of the great things would be to go to anytime and get one of those trainers to just give you show you what to do. You don't need them every time you go.
True.
You're obviously a disciplined
Right.
person. You've gotten this far. So get them to show you a couple times, a couple of things you can do. And then you can go at 10 o'clock at night when nobody's there, if that's what you'd like to do. Those kind of places tend to not be so judgy. People are there to get their workout in. They're not looking at us. And I remember one of my weight loss adventures in the past, I was working with a trainer, and he was like, all right, so, tomorrow I want you to go out and run. And I'm like, outside? People can see me? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, well, what are they going to think? He's like, what do you think they're going to think? Look at that person trying to be healthy. Like, get over yourself. Just get out there. And I was like, what? So now you see, like, at 250 pounds, I didn't care. I was running around like a crazy person. But, people aren't watching us as much as they're all looking at their phones these days. Nobody's even looking at
Yeah.
Right.
The thing about
It's not high school anymore.
thing about this Anytime Fitness though is I'm not sure why they did it this way, but all the treadmills, I guess they might want people to be able to look out the window, but all the treadmills are at the front window in this shopping center.
Oh.
And I just don't feel like people driving back of their cars gawking, but let's see who's running today.
Yeah.
And so that's another reason, because that, in West Virginia, everything's pretty much dead at 10 o'clock. So there's nobody driving at that point.
Yeah. You have the place to yourself.
Yeah.
Jeff and I like swimming at night because it's a community pool. We don't own a swimming pool. It's a community pool. But at 9 o'clock, every now and again, there'll be another couple that might go swimming, but most of the time it's just the two of us. It's
Yeah.
like we have the swimming pool to ourselves, and we love that.
Isn't an HOA there? You go, you have your, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I chuckled when you said you were just finishing up swimming when we did about a month ago.
Yeah. Us good.
It's been pretty hot here.
Yeah.
The third question,
Aren't
I
you gonna
didn't
ask
finish.
me about exercise?
Oh, I'm sorry. Jeff, tell us about exercise.
Well, I was listening to the things that you guys were saying, but I actually have lost some weight this week, and it was, I think, due to
Great.
keeping track of everything, but also getting my exercise in by going outside and working in the yard because we have weeds and stuff, and I had to take care of it. And it was good for two reasons. Number one, when I'm outside in the yard getting all dirty, pulling weeds, I can't like eat anything because I'm away from the food, and my hands are all dirty, and I'm right in the middle of a task. And also, it's the physical activity for a long time because I'm all dressed up to work outside. I don't want to stop and then come in and then eat and then go back out again. So it's like getting your steps in, but it's a way to enforce getting your exercise and also making it incompatible with eating at the same time.
Sure.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jeff. I used to kid that, one of the reasons exercise, because Barb had put this in the chat too, but I agree with her that, 80% of our success is what we eat. Our movement is not a big part of moving the needle. But one thing it does do, and I used to laugh, is if I'm at the gym on the treadmill, I'm probably not dipping into a bag of Cheetos, right? It's always been a goal of mine to go to the gym, get on the treadmill with a bag of Cheetos and see how long it takes for somebody to come over and tell me I can't breathe.
You might have a trainer come to you then.
Yeah.
Grant,
Yeah, if you're moving, you can't be eating. Like, I'm not out going for a walk or for a run while I'm eating potato chips.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so.
Exactly.
I'll accept the challenge, but
Gina was going to mention
video me
that I also play the ukulele and sing. Another thing that you cannot do at the same time as you're eating.
Mm-hmm. So he loves playing the ukulele and singing, and we got bongos now, and so I like playing the bongos while he's doing the ukulele because I can do it. I don't have to follow any notes. I could just groove with the beat, and that's been really fun.
Do that on your vibration plate. You really?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I could try that on the vibration plate. Oh, and then throw a couple squats in. All right, we'll put a video out there for you guys.
Yeah, you need that.
I'll do with the drums. That'd be kind of fun. And I think it also helped Jeff. He takes my lead a lot. And so when he saw me writing down what I was eating for 10 days, then he started pulling out his app and putting his things in his app again.
I got lax for a while.
Yeah, because he was getting kind of lax for a while. And for 10 days, because that was my challenge, to go 10 days that we didn't eat out at any restaurant. So that way I really knew what my calories were. And I'd have a lot of data that I could take to my doctor and to a registered dietitian. And so that meant Jeff wasn't going out to eat either.
Right.
So we've been really cooking more at home and, putting some things together at home. And that's been I think that's been helpful for both of us to start getting some pounds off again.
Well, with that Fitness Pal, it's like if you do go out, it's like, do you have a barcode for this?
Yeah, which is great.
And some restaurants do put the stuff on their menu,
They do.
the calories, but not all do though.
Yeah.
No.
That there was one more thing that none of us brought up yet, and it is part of the third thing. Because I promised there was like 3 things they'd find out, when watching.
Right.
And I didn't finish writing it down in my notebook. The critical, often overlooked, non-scale thing that can help break a weight loss stall Any idea what that thing is that we haven't brought up?
Wait, let me think.
Oh, to break a weight loss stall?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one thing that
that you need to do that some people forget about as being important.
I don't know if this is what you're thinking, but one thing that people really need to pay attention to is their sleep.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
Their sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Your body is
Repairing itself.
yes while you
Mhm.
sleep, and so if you're not getting enough sleep, yeah, you're not gonna have the best results. So you know, again, everybody's different and every body is different. So how much sleep you need is going to vary. But if you're only getting 4 hours, 5 hours of sleep a night, you are not getting enough, more than likely.
Mhm.
So I have really worked to improve my sleep.
So
Shin
what
and
do
I.
you do to improve your sleep?
Well, first of all, setting a sleep
Bedtime?
schedule. So we're kind of ruining that tonight, but you know, I make exceptions, but I try to be in bed by 9:30 and I get up at 5:30. I have to be to work by 7. So that's kind of my schedule. But the thing that I don't do is I don't change that on the weekends. And I know everybody loves to sleep in on the weekends, but you're basically putting yourself in jet lag if you do that on the weekends. So I go to bed pretty much the same time every night, get up pretty much the same time. The one thing that I still need to work on is you've probably heard it called sleep hygiene. And that is like setting yourself up for success for sleep. So I do a lot of the things, you know, I do have a nighttime ritual that I go through. Make sure that, you know, we keep the bedroom colder, make sure that it's very dark in our bedroom. I even close the bathroom door because one of our lights in there has a little tiny light that glows. And if the door is open, I can see the blue light coming from the bathroom. But the one thing I haven't been able to do is put my phone down. And, you know, they say you really need to, but probably a couple hours before bedtime, start making the room darker, maybe even only use candles. And then before, like an hour at least before bed, you should not be looking at your phone and doom scrolling. But one thing I do is after we're in bed and my head's on the pillow is I do reflect on the day, and I don't write it down. That's not my thing. I use this to kind of help myself go to sleep. But I think about the 3 things that went well that day that I'm grateful for. And then I think about the 3 things that I really want to see go well tomorrow. And they can be work related. They can be, you know, my fitness related. They can be something with my family. I just always focus on 3 things from today and 3 things that, you know, I want to see go well tomorrow. And I'm not a religious person, so I don't pray per se, but that's kind of like my prayer to my own heart and, you know, to the universe. And that usually by the time I'm through with those 6 things, I'm asleep. Sometimes I don't get to the 3rd one because I fall asleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been working harder, which sounds weird, but working harder to get good sleep and enough sleep.
Right.
Those were great tips with that. And yeah, sleep really does make a difference. I'm more likely to lose, if I'm going to lose a pound, on a night that I've had 7 hours of sleep.
Just so you know, she always fights me with having a bedtime. I want to have a bedtime. I want to have a wake up time. And I'm retired. I don't have to get up and work. But you know what? I remember when I was going to work every day that I had a time that I had to get up, and it was easier to get my sleep in that way. So anyway, if any of you in the comments want to suggest that Gina give in to Jeff,
we're on opposites.
We set
I like going to
bedtime.
bed late, but I like sleeping in to get my things. And he falls asleep early, waiting for me to go to bed, he'll fall asleep and he wakes up way early. So we're on opposite. We have opposite biorhythms with our sleep that we got to get kind of straightened out. Yeah, maybe meet in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, because if one of you is going to bed early and then the other one's getting up, you're interrupting each other's sleep too. You may not realize it, but you probably.
Oh, I realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear that, Christy? You're interrupting my sleep every morning. She gets so mad at me every day. Not mad, but jealous, I guess is the word, because I work from home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so I just roll out of bed and come up to my office with my PJs, and I usually sleep sometimes till 8:30, and she's already gone, and she's like, "I'm so jealous." But I found, my sleep apnea thankfully went away with this weight loss, so that was one good
That's
thing.
great.
But we even on the weekends, as much as I try, my body still gets up about that 8:30 time. So it just has gotten trained and used to doing that, I guess. And but she's the one getting up and getting the kid. Well, I do help get the kids going, but then I doze back off. So,
All right. And do either of you, before we're going to go to the comments and see what people, if anyone has any questions or if anyone has shared anything that works for them when they're trying to break a weight loss stall. So we're going to be reading those. But before we do those real quick, do you have any other tips that we haven't hit for breaking a weight loss stall?
Nothing from me.
I have one more about getting back to sleep. I don't know if any of you wake up in the middle of the night. Oh, did I do something? Or, oh, I remember I did something. Oh, shoot, I shouldn't have done that. And worry keeps you from falling back asleep. Well, I don't know if any of you have like a smoke detector that has a little blinking light that blinks once every about 45 seconds.
Right.
On the ceiling. Well, ours does. It blinks once every 45 seconds. And so I go up there and I fall back my pillow, close my eyes, and in my head I'm counting 1, 2, 3. I count to about 40, 43, and then I open my eyes and did I count 1 second? Oh, well, there it is. And then I do it again. And then, anyway, something maybe boring like that. And it's amazing how much that can push out the worries from your head and be able to, it's kind of like, I guess, how people used to say count sheep.
Right.
Seconds before the blink of the smoke detector.
I did not know he did that.
I would have to kill that smoke detector. Blinking light when I'm trying to sleep. No way.
Anyway, that was mine.
And that was your extra.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I love
it. Let's see what we got here in the
hey, you're scrolling great.
I'm trying. And while I'm getting all this ready, going up to the front, there's a reason why I'm wearing a scarf today on my head.
Yes.
I'm wearing a scarf in honor of Health at Any Cost, our wonderful friend Barb.
Yes.
Barb has a wonderful YouTube channel called Health at Any Cost. I highly recommend you check it out. She also has a Substack, and she's an incredible writer. She's working on writing her first book, but her blog posts on her Substack about what it's like to be extremely overweight and to lose that weight and what it's like being on a GLP-1 and all of that is absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend her. And Health at Any Cost is I believe the title of her Substack as well. Mm-hmm. And she has free subscriptions, or you can give a little bit of money to help her each month and get even extra stuff of being a member of her Substack. And we love Barb to pieces. And Barb has been battling 2 different kinds of cancers right now. And she just had a surgery where she had a melanoma skin cancer that was really bad and really deep on her face. And she had to have a skin graft on her leg to go on top of her face to where they had pulled everything out. And it was real upsetting to her to see what it looked like. And she did not own any scarves. So wrapped around her head was just gauze. And so she asked on one of her latest videos if anyone had a scarf, if she could borrow one. Well, she doesn't need to borrow a scarf. It'd be a pain in the butt to have to be mailing these scarves back and figure out which scarf went to which person. But if anyone would like to donate and gift Barb a scarf, or someone's gonna crochet her a beanie, so she, because she needs beanies and scarves. And if you'd like to give any kind of way of helping, even Mindy has some other ideas of things you can do to help Barb. And this is the new email address that her daughter Megan has for her, called barbfightsback@gmail.com. And if you email Barb through that, she'll be able to give you the address if you wanted to mail a care package to her. You can. And Mindy even had some other ideas of ways we could help Barb out.
Yeah, you can use that email address to send any kind of electronic gift card. So if you wanted to send an Amazon gift card, I think even Walmart, you can do that. I can't remember all of the different places that allow you to email a gift card, a digital gift card. So I think Barb has quite a few scarves now. So something like that might also be much appreciated. But really, I know, and I'm chatting with her on the side as well, but I know that just everyone sending their love and support is also very important to her. So, you know, I know that everyone loves her, and we just want to see her healed and well.
Yes.
Yep. We love Barb bunches. She's been with me since my very first video 92 weeks ago. And I'll never forget, she was one of the very first comments. I was so scared giving myself my shot. I was supposed to hear 2 clicks. I didn't hear the second click because my heart was pounding so hard. I missed the second click. And she commented and let me know, "Oh, honey, I heard that second click. You absolutely gave yourself your shot right." And she came back every week and has just been a wonderful part of our Anchor Moments community. And so, and community is also something that's real important while you're on a GLP-1 journey. And I'm really thankful to all the community that we have here. And I've been trying to think of a name that I could call you guys. When I had Twan on for Traces of Twan's Life, she calls all of the people who like to view her stuff her sun rays. And I was trying to think, well, what could my Anchor Moments people be? And I was thinking today, shipmates, because we're all in the same boat. We're all on a journey for a healthier
And we have an anchor.
lifestyle. Yeah, for a healthier lifestyle. We're all in this together. We're shipmates. But I wanted to put that out there, and I'll put a little thing on a post and give people a chance to see if that's something that you like as an idea. But I thought that might be kind of fun.
Absolutely.
I like it. I like it.
And we got, let's see who we have here today. We got Traveling Tea in the house. She says, "Good evening. I'm looking forward to the discussion tonight." And we got Robin here too. Woo woo. And Pammy's here and all excited to hear what we have going today. And she says, "I'm going to see if I can upload my wall sit challenge today, day 1, and I'll be back." A wall sit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Yeah.
I saw a video of somebody doing that.
Yeah,
today.
Swan was doing it today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're going to do a wall sit, make sure your knees are at a 90-degree angle. And if you have your hands on your thighs, you're cheating.
I'll have to look up the official rules.
And Kim has also been a guest on my show a couple of times, and we love her bunches. And she has a really great YouTube channel too that you should check out. And I'm going to have to check out and see your wall sit challenge and maybe join you. Let's see here. Ooh. And we got people saying hi to each other. And we got Barb in the house and health at any cost. And she says, I'm watching from bed. Gina wearing a scarf. Yes. I'm wearing it to think about you because I love you bunches.
I didn't put one on.
Yeah. I'll have to get one for Jeff too.
Well, it's a do-rag for you, Jeff. A do-rag.
I want to see that.
Yeah, and Robin says she's wearing the scarf in your honor, Barb. And Robin's exactly right. And Mary says, hi, Barb. Keep following doctor's orders. We love you. Aw. And Traveling T says, hey, Barb, so glad you're here. I'm wearing my sleeping hair bonnet. Aw. And Barb appreciates that too. Hey, and it's Diriam's in the house. And he says, Mayor Mindy is in a tenured position. She will stay in office until she retires.
No term limits. That's good.
Yeah, no term limits. That's
Well,
the best.
And Darium's the king, so he has spoken.
All right. And Diriam, I would like to have you as a guest on my show at some point. Email me, Gina@anchormoments.com. I think you are a hoot, and I would just love to have you.
Darium.
Yeah. And Mary says, just what I needed tonight was about the plateaus. Yeah, I'm hoping that the three of us helped you guys because I know how frustrating being on a plateau has been for me, at least. And Robin says, I have a silk bonnet I wear. I'll wear mine too in your honor, Barb. Love you. Aw. And Traveling T says, wow, Grant and Mindy both have slimmer faces, looking good. I mean, you can really tell the difference with both of you guys. I am so impressed.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And
Barb.
yeah, Barb thinks, yeah, Mindy does look glorious in pink. She looks fabulous. We got Anna in the house, and Melanie's here too. Hey, Melanie. And Megan says, week 92, how are you feeling? I'm feeling great, Logan. I'm just so happy that I am on this journey with my A1C being better. And I used to have, like Grant, I had a little bit, just a smidgen of neuropathy. There was one time that I had about 2 electrical impulses. It was like my feet and legs were on fire with electricity, and it really hurt. And that was back when my A1C was over a 10. Mm-hmm. And now, I mean, that hasn't happened again. Now I finally have everything under control. Hey, and we got Denise in the house too. And Joe's Sleep and Slim Down Journey. Hey, Gina and Jeff. And Mindy and Grant. And she says hi to everybody. Yeah.
I don't even know what time it is.
Anissa's here too. Hi, welcome. And Traveling T says, hey, Joe, great A1C discussion tonight. Thanks so much, Traveling T.
Yeah, Joe has a channel. She has a really good channel. She's in England, so I can't even imagine what time it is right now.
Okay.
Late.
And Joe Sleep says the panel was fantastic, wasn't it, at Traveling T? So glad to now watch this fantastic panel with Anchor Moments. Well, I'm going to have to check yours out too, Joe. And Traveling T says, you're 6 hours ahead of me, Joe. How do you do it?
Yeah, it's late for Joe. Or early.
Yeah, and we got Calamity Jane in the house too. Hey, Calamity Jane. And Anna's been amazing, and she is. And Joe's Sleep and Slim Down Journey says, I love the community. I get energized by spending time with you all. Also, my health isn't back yet, so I'm not working at the moment. So that's how she's able to stay awake. Mindy says hi to everybody.
Oh, thanks.
And you are amazing and an inspiration. I agree with Anna, Mindy. Thank you, Robin. And Joe says, congratulations to me too. Thanks so much, Joe. I couldn't believe it. 2 different times. Thursday, because I weigh myself every morning because I don't want to miss the one day that I lost weight. And I missed it, so I weigh myself every day, and I always count whatever the lowest weight is of the week. That's what I truly weigh. And I lost my first pound on Thursday and my second pound on Sunday morning. I was so excited. And it was still that lower number today too. And Grant's thanking everybody. Oh, everyone's just so happy to see each other. And it's Deary. I'm so glad to see you too, Grant. Oh, and Traveling Tea has a question for you, Mindy. She wants to know what's your skin secret.
I think I answered her, but yeah, redheads aren't supposed to be in the sun, so I do have a good amount of freckles though.
And It's Dirium says, make sure to hit the thumbs up. Thanks so much, It's Dirium. That really does make a difference. And hopefully we'll have a lot of people be able to see this video and hopefully help them.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, we got Mark in the house. Yay! Our cruising buddy. Yep, redheads have to stay out of the sun. Yep, this is what Mindy said back to her. And Melanie, oh, yep, yay, Gina, to see the scale moving. I know, I couldn't believe it. I was so excited, I almost cried. Yay! And everyone's saying hi to each other. And Grant's let Barb know too that he's been praying for her. And Jeff and I have been too. Right. And and Joe Sleep and Slim thinks you're wonderful, sweetie. And Barb says, I feel them, Grant. She feels all those prayers. Thank you so much. And Traveling Tea says, so great to see so many familiar names. Please subscribe to all the content creators present. Thank you so much, Traveling Tea. I appreciate that. Yep, Health at Any Cost and Pam. And now I've got to check out Joe's and find her stuff too.
And Calamity Jane has one too.
Yeah, and I've got to check hers out as well. Someone told me that she's just really a hoot. So maybe I can have her on the show sometime. That'd be so great.
Yeah.
Oh, and thanks, Barb. She's proud of me that I'm finally getting some stuff done here. And Linda's in the house, and she has a question. She says, I used to pay $25 for Mounjaro, and my doctor put me on 10, and now I pay $60. I lost the coupon, or is that normal in price? That is a good question. You might want to go back to Eli Lilly's website and see if you need to apply again for the coupon. What do you think, Mindy?
The coupon, if the coupon expired, she'd end up paying more than $60, I think.
Well, yeah. It'd be hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. I saw where the Durhams on the downsize, they were saying that it just sometimes seems to be random. Like you'll pay $25 one time, somebody else commented and said, and then they were paying $60 another time. It's really a question for your insurance, but Barb comments later down in the chat, but $60 is still way cheap.
It's still really cheap.
Most people are paying hundreds of dollars. So,
Costco's been pretty good about being pretty steady, though, hasn't it?
Yeah,
see there. Costco.
Yeah.
If that's available to you.
Right. I even lucked out with my other doctor. He moved my Mounjaro to be a 3-month prescription instead of month to month. And I got 3 months for $25. I couldn't believe it. And that was the doctor who took over for Dr. Gannon. And I had him for for about 5 months. And then he left the practice. So then I really had to start looking. So I don't know. When I got the prescription for 15 milligrams from my new doctor, she just gave me 1 month so we can see how I do on it. And then I'm going to ask her this next time if she can move it to a 3-month prescription. But I don't know. I haven't gotten the 60 yet, but it still is a lot cheaper than the $1,400 it used to be a month if you pay full price.
So Traveling Tea is saying that, the coupon's only for a year. Also, the coupon does have a limit to the amount you can put against it. It's not just a date limit. It's also an amount limit. So you want to make sure you haven't hit that max because we are in October now, right? And a pharmacist, not a
Right.
financial advisor, but the Durhams were saying on the downside, they were saying that coupon is connected to an email address. So when you apply for it, just go and use a different email address and apply for another one, and it'll
Okay. And see if that'll make a difference.
yeah. But so it may be that you hit that limit, but and it's kind of on the cusp, so that's why it was 60. But yeah, I would ask your insurance company why it was that much.
Okay. And Linda says, my husband is the only one that works. If it gets any more, I will not be able to afford it. And it's been helping me with my sugar and going on 4 months with no migraines. Oh,
Wow.
that's a great benefit to have it take away your migraines too.
I've heard that.
And Linda says she's only had it for 6 months now.
Okay. Yeah, you probably shouldn't have hit the limit then. So
Yeah.
it might just be some kind of quirk. I know it depends on the pharmacy and who runs it. It's very complicated.
Yeah. And Melanie says, Gina, I'll get back to you about all the dietitian told me, but something she did say is that I needed to keep in the 1,300 to 1,400 calorie range. I just don't get that. I am 251 pounds right now. And then she has continued, because you only could type so many
Characters.
So many characters. Here we go.
Yeah.
And I was in a stall at 1,400 calories. So I decided to ignore that part of what the dietitian said. My goal right now is at 1,700 calories, 150 grams of protein, 30 grams of fiber, and I'm walking at least 30 minutes. And it is working.
Great.
Yes.
Glad that's working for you, Melanie.
Good girl, Melanie. Yes, you need more protein. That is a good amount of protein. I love that. And I wonder if this person is a dietitian or are they a nutritionist? Are they a registered dietitian? That seems like a one-size-fits-all kind of advice, especially for someone at that weight. That's not a lot of calories. And of course, I'm not a dietitian, but I'm glad that you took things. You understood your body and took things under control and are having success.
Everybody's different.
And
everybody is different.
That's my hype man.
Yeah. Hey, Barb has a question for you, Grant. She says, what do you do for movement, Grant?
Yeah, and I think I answered that after she asked it earlier. But yeah,
you like to hike and
the hiking and the gym and
the gym.
I really need to get on one of these challenges. So maybe this wall thing I'll try. I don't know.
Okay. Hey, and Mark has a question for Mindy. Do you like using creatine?
Yeah, creatine. Yeah. So as part of my weightlifting, I did start taking creatine. For a while, my doctor had told me I couldn't take it because my kidney numbers were not good, but everything is resolved now. And so she said I can take it. And, I've only been doing it for about 3 weeks. So we'll see how my muscles react, in a few more months. But creatine is also, it's one of the most studied supplements out there. And, there's debate about whether it helps with muscle gain. It does help your muscles hold water. So it kind of inflates your muscles, which, what that does, I don't know. But it's also been studied for cognitive benefits. So, I'm 64 years old, so maybe it'll help me in that regard too.
You'll have to let us know after you do it for a while longer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this program I'm doing right now is like 12 weeks. So in 12 weeks, I'm gonna, reevaluate all the things I've been doing and see what the results are.
And how did you discover it to think that was something that you wanted to try?
Oh, creatine. Well, I actually, for anybody here that follows Simply Taisha, she takes it. We all see Mel B. She's my boss. I call her that because we're the content creator cheerleading team. So I call her boss, but she takes creatine. But I was actually taking creatine before those ladies started talking about it. So I follow a bunch of gym bros that talk about lifting and stuff. And then my doctor told me, no, I wasn't allowed to take it. And then, so I had to stop. And recently I was given the go ahead to take it.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Melanie says, I am losing again. I love what Mindy says about everybody being different. It is so true. So I'll take what some of the dietitians said, but not the calories.
Good job, Melanie.
Yep. And you answered that.
Oh, hey,
And
Cindy.
we got Jess the Bulldog's mom, Cindy, in the house. She says, I'm taking seeds, and that's helped me too. Okay, like chia seeds, that kind of thing, which has a lot of fiber in it, a little bit of protein. And Barb says, I'll always have to remind myself that losing weight is 80% food and 20% exercise. So adding movement little by little is great.
Especially if the movement is mutually exclusive to eating.
That's Jeff and my strategy. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. And Grant, are you doing creatine?
No, not at this point, but it sounded like I might want to check it out after I get my kidney numbers better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Talk to your
It's-
doctor first before you try
yeah.
it.
Well, I was looking about creatinine, and that came up, I guess, because it's spelled close to being the
Yeah.
same, and I
Yeah.
was reading up
Yeah.
on it too. Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely ask your doctor, especially,
Mhm.
when you have kidney issues, make sure that it's okay.
Yep.
And Linda says, has anyone tried chia seeds? I've been eating it with homemade yogurt and it gives me the fiber. Yeah, I've done that in the past. Jeff likes to make chia pudding.
Now,
Mhm.
I am not a doctor. I don't play one on TV, but I know that chia seeds do need to absorb some liquid. So I saw a couple of comments on chia seeds on the chat, and just before we watched this video, there was another video we just watched about people who had gotten too much fiber without drinking enough water,
And
and
ended
it
up
can be
needing
kind of
surgery.
dangerous. So I think if you look especially at the chia seed package, it'll tell you that you need to soak it in either water or some other liquid. I know I used to set mine overnight in a little bowl with Fairlife chocolate milk in it, and then I'd stir it in the morning and it would be chocolate pudding, and it would soak up, and they would get like almost like little tapioca kind of things.
Mhm.
They get kind of slimy, good in a good way.
Yeah.
Little tiny seeds with very slippery. So I know that they weren't going to end up causing me a fiber problem.
Yeah. And people are sharing that they like Barb likes grinding hers, and she puts them in all kinds of things. And that's what Calamity Jane does too. And Linda says, with the flax seeds with chia, does it help? Seeds with chia, does it help? It could. My mom used to do flax seeds a lot. She used to grind up flax seeds, and she would put it in yogurt.
We did that for
And
a
she
while.
thought, yeah, and thought that that's healthy. Flax seeds has either omega 3 or omega 6 in it that's supposed to be good for you too, as well as fiber. And Barb says, I'm eating flax and chia seeds to increase my good fats. Well, there you go.
So Barb, with her cancer diagnosis, she needs to gain just a little bit of weight, and they want her to gain it in a healthy way. So she's adding those things to her normal diet to just give herself a little bit more fat so that she can gain a little bit of weight, because you don't want to be underweight when you're battling cancer.
Right. And Pammy says, I add chia seed and flax seed when I make overnight oats. And I do the old-fashioned oats, protein powder, and protein drink, and mix them and top with pumpkin seeds and blueberries.
That sounds delicious.
Sounds fantastic.
Oh, gosh, it's making me hungry. Mindy, mine is the same. Anna also has a 4.7 A1C. Wow.
We're A1C twins.
You guys are. And Pammy says, does it matter if I grind them? Calamity Jane and Barb. Grinding them might be actually good. Be easier on your intestines, I would think. Or sometimes people have issues with little seeds when they have
Diverticulitis.
thank
Right.
you. I was trying to come up with the word, and that's the word I was trying to come up with.
Mhm.
But Pammy likes the crunchiness. And Joe thinks you're awesome, Grant, and you are. And Robin says, I need to add that stuff to my diet too. And Barb, 5.1. Wow, that is a fantastic A1C.
It is.
Yep, and Mindy and Anna, the A1C twins. Grant is doing so good. I'm so proud of him.
Thank you, Pammy.
And Robin says, I'm on 15 now. I noticed that burping stuff. Oh, so you started
Yeah.
getting the sulfur burps.
Yeah,
I
been
haven't
there.
had that yet.
I haven't either.
I've had it at least once every time I go up.
Oh,
It's not
wow.
pleasant, not pleasant, but you know, you just got to ride it out.
Oof.
Okay, so no advice on how to stop it, huh, Grant?
You know, not really. It doesn't seem to matter what you eat, what mints you put it, nothing. It just
Have you tried papaya enzymes, Grant?
no, never have.
Yeah, some people say papaya enzymes help. But I've never had them, so I don't know.
Good to know.
Okay.
Have to try that.
And Pammy says 5 is amazing. My last time was 5.4. I'll get it checked again in January. And Robin, I've had burning before too, but even when I was just on 10 milligrams. And Robin says, I'm 5.3.
Wow.
That's great, Robin. We'll be checked again next month.
Everybody's
That's
doing
a great A1C.
Yeah.
And Anna says, yes, ma'am, you and I are twins, 3.5 years on Mounjaro. My doctor moved me down to 10 from 15 to 12 and a half now. And then 10 again.
Now
Looks
10,
like.
yeah.
Now 10. She said, as long as things stay good, she'll probably leave me here at 10. Okay.
Interesting.
And Calamity Jane says, Pammy, I'm hoping it helps to grind the chia seeds so they'll swell when the liquid is introduced.
Okay.
And yep, and she asked that, are we ready? And he's not. And Pammy says, Grant, thank you for always being so supportive to us. Does your wife listen in, or what does she think about sharing her journey?
Well, she'll have to answer that question because I don't know. She does watch some. I know she has been tonight, but I have asked her about being on with me at one of these times, and she's like, I don't think so. So I don't know. You never know.
You never know. Well, if she ever wants to, maybe when I come to your house and we're in person.
Yeah.
Because I definitely want to do a live with you. It'll probably be the end of March or the first week in April, right around there when we'll be in West Virginia. And
Is it snowing there then?
No, you're usually pretty safe by the end of March. Usually.
Good. Hopefully.
Usually.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
And Pammy says it'd be great to also hear more about her upcoming skin removal surgery.
Oh, I missed all these earlier. We must have been talking. Yeah. Her surgery's on December 11th, so
Oh, wow.
she has a couple months still. I think we have an appointment. I guess they're doing one a month ahead as like a prepare for more so. And but yeah, we'll have to see. Maybe we'll document some of that.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
And Melanie says, as a type 2 on Mounjaro 12 and a half, my A1C is 5.6. That's fantastic. And I'm getting ready to get labs again in November. That's great, Melanie. And Pammy says, I'm glad that I weighed daily to gather the trends, and measuring was so good to do. I remember when I would be slow in weight loss and my clothes got baggy too. So she was losing those inches even when the pounds weren't going down. And Robin says, I've been waiting to get into my jeans and tops, and now they are too big. Oh, no. Hey, we got Round Mountain Zepbound in the house. Hey,
Charles. And Charles has a great channel too, you guys.
Yeah, we need to check that out as well. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Charles would like to join us on Anchor Moment sometime. That'd be great. Oh, and he's saying thanks. And Pammy says, oh, one wasted I was staying with my grandson, Omar, at the Children's Hospital, and had to go buy new undergarments and some clothes. And I had another time when it was a huge drop and clothes for busy. I don't know. Aw.
Pam is
And Round likes
typos.
to I want to go back.
Did we cut off the one?
This one.
Yeah.
No, Pam is the queen of typos.
Yeah. Typo wasted equals other time.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
And she enjoys hiking too. And Barb says hiking sounds like a whole lot more fun
Yeah,
than
it
the
is.
gym.
It is.
And Barb's a big time walker. She walks for miles every day when she can.
Mhm. Yes.
And
she
Robin
walks
says,
me
and
around
yes,
today.
my sandals were flipping around on my feet. One flew off in front of me at the store. I was thinking, what the heck? Barb told me she lost 2 shoe sizes.
Wow.
And Pammy has inside equipment here and weights. And people are saying hi to each other. The Lewis and Clark crew hiked the western U.S. in the snow, says Barb.
We invented freeways.
Yeah. And Amy says, I was surprised my shoe size didn't go back to about 8.5, but I think my feet spread as I was able to go from a 10 to a 9 in some shoes. Yeah, Pammy lost 160 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And Round to Zepbound says, hey, Joe, got to go back and watch your sleep apnea video.
Yeah.
And Pammy says, but my feet look smaller and bonier. And Traveling T says her legs look like a child now. She's lost so much weight. And Pammy says, no, what's the RMZ?
Round mound of Zepbound, Charles.
Ah. And Joe says, RMZ, it's a real tough 10 minutes to get through. But my goodness, the number of people messaging to say they're now going to the doctor after hearing it. And Pammy says, Charles, I've been binge watching Joe's videos when something. They always seem to fave treadmills at the windows.
Yeah.
Face.
Yep. And it's Dirium says, Jamie Seltzer is amazing. He offers so many tools.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys should really follow him.
I'll have to look him up. And Pammy says to place it. Yep. Place the treadmills by the windows. Oh, and a congrats to you.
Congrats,
And Robin says, my gym treadmills face the lake and woods. Don't forget to take your shot. Ooh, she's right.
Yeah, don't
I'm going to
forget.
do my arm here real quick while you're mentioning it, Robin. I've been doing my stomach a lot lately, so it's time to do the
Your
arm.
arm's feeling left out.
My arm's feeling left out. I got a nice fatty piece of arm right here. And I did ask my pharmacist, does it matter where on my upper arm that I give myself the shot?
I've heard this
And
story.
she said, wherever that fat is good. So, and I got plenty of fat on my arms. I take off the cap first, give it a quick turn from lock to unlock. And
I'll listen for the second click for you.
Yeah.
yeah. Here we go. And there's the second click. Easy peasy. Didn't feel it at all, especially when you leave it out of the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. Can't feel it.
No problem there. How
Nope.
long have you-
Quite a while.
Hour and 30 minutes, whatever.
Yeah. We'll zip through these pretty quick here so we can let Mindy go back to sleep,
Thanks.
go to
Thank
bed
you.
because we're past her bedtime here. Cindy says, I have some land for you to pull weeds, Jeff.
I don't need to exercise that bad.
Workout program.
Yeah. And Pammy says, Barb, glad you are resting and stay away from people who may have any colds. Yep, that'd be important. Hey, and we got Mrs. Christy Campbell in the house here. And she says, we also have a treadmill at home. Grant put our new one together last night.
Oh,
Yay! That's great. And Pammy says, now those walking pads are cheaper and easier to move around and put away.
Yeah, we've had one of those too.
Oh, and Barb walked 3 miles today. Yay.
Wow.
She said it felt glorious. I'm glad that didn't hurt your leg too much, that the skin graft came off of. And Anna says, Barb's so happy that she was able to go and walk. And Pammy says, oh, I bet that felt good to get outside. Our grandson had to stay away from trees and bark because of possible spores. There were so many things that had us stressing out. Pammy's grandson has leukemia.
Oh, I
Fitness
see.
Pal, yeah. And Fitness Pal is a good app. My husband used that before, and I used it for workouts.
Yeah.
Yep, and being outside is so healing.
Eating.
Yeah, the sleep. That
Mhm.
sleep's
Sleep.
really important too for losing weight. And to relax sometimes so that we can lower the cortisol levels.
Wow.
Pam, that is very true as well. Because when you're very stressed out, you get a lot of cortisol levels and it gives you stomach fat. And it's nice to have a bedtime routine with skincare, shower, jammies. And Robin says, I love my Fitness Pal. Before I eat something I'm not sure about, it calculates it out for me so I can watch it and learn. Sleep apnea taught me about sleep. And I still haven't yet. So it hasn't 100% gone away for Robin yet. And Robin's down a lot now. I think she's down over 80 pounds now. I mean, she's just been doing fantastic. And Pammy says, yes, sleep hygiene. And I spray lavender room spray and lavender lotion. And battery operated candles may be a good idea too. Yeah. So if you fall asleep with a regular candle burning, that would be a little scary.
Much safer.
Yes. And Pammy says, I've been teaching my high school students about sleep hygiene. Oh, that's great.
Mm.
Pammy says, I enjoy going outside to look at the stars and being thankful for being here. I haven't made it outside to watch the sun come up to give thanks and think about that. So she likes seeing sunrises and sunsets. My hubby always goes to bed around 10 to 10:30.
That's what I want to do.
He's still scrolling on her phone while he's sleeping. And Mindy says, yeah, the bottom battery operated candles would be a good way to go. And Christy Campbell says, let's trade places. You can go teach the kids.
Well, she's saying when I told her she woke me up. Yeah.
And we all
Get
love
him, Christy.
Barb.
Get him.
Oh, and Barb, if you make an Amazon wish list, that's really helpful too. And people wouldn't see your address, but yet they can buy things on the wish list and it will shoot right to you.
Yeah, we have recommended that.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. And Mary says, we love Barb, a great warrior. Barb, you'll receive a box tomorrow of scarves tomorrow from Kentucky. Yay! And Pammy likes anchors or shipmates for the name of our crew here.
So somebody else had the idea on a little side chat I have going on here that maybe we should be the castaways.
I was going to start singing the Gilligan's Island thing.
My castaways.
I get to be the professor.
Funny.
She gets to be Marianne.
Yeah.
Ginger, of course.
Yes, Ginger. Shoot, if you lived closer, we could do that for Halloween. That would be so fun.
I did that for Halloween one year. Yeah.
And Pam's having a hard time getting her legs to 90 degrees.
Not
to
heat.
Stay.
An angle.
An angle, yeah.
Yeah.
Shipmates is really a good name.
It is a good name. It is a good name.
And Cindy says, great live. Thank you all for your time tonight. Love you all. Oh, we love you too, Cindy. And Calamity Jane says, my hands were on my thighs because I didn't know where to place them. I'm going to have to increase to 60 seconds on that challenge. Go, Jane. And Dawn says, love the shipmate's name. Yay. Good. And Dawn says, Perk, did someone say challenge? We should do a challenge a month as a group. Love the squat challenge. Need to look into the walls challenge now. All right. And Calamity Jane says, Dawn, we try to do a challenge a month. Simply Taisha is doing the plank challenge. And she started the wall. She is Tamika started the wall challenge.
Yeah, I'm doing the plank challenge.
And Calamity Jen says, thank you, Traveling Tea. Cindy says, if you go through Amazon, you get a $25 coupon.
Huh.
On Zepbound. Yeah.
Oh, okay. For getting your Zepbound through.
Because they have a pharmacy through there now too.
Okay. And Cindy says, I take creatine as well. It's been pretty amazing. And Calamity Jane says, just be careful if you have kidney issues with creatine. Work with your doctor. Not all things are for everyone. That's right, Calamity Jane. Yep. So it's always good to ask your doctor. And I always bring in what vitamins I'm taking and that kind of thing. I put it in a bag. And when I go to my doctor's appointment, I pull them out and say, this is what I'm doing. And Melanie says, I just started taking creatine last week. Started taking it every other day. Seeds is the brand name. It is for digestion and keeps me regular.
Okay.
Oh, okay. And creatine is the breakdown of creatine in your muscle tissue. Occurs after your body digests protein. The more we know.
Yeah, people get confused between creatine and creatinine. They're two different things.
Ah.
It's true.
Okay. And Pammy's been trying it. Melanie says, I love chia seeds sprinkled on fresh berries, but I drink lots of water. So I'm hoping that helps with the digestion. Yes. Always want a lot of water when you're doing anything with fiber. And Charles is awesome. And she finds him to be an inspiration. And Calamity Jane says, love using my arm. Get the suppression and satiety without the not wanting to eat at all feeling. Oh, so it makes it just perfect. That's her favorite spot. Does the shot hurt in the arm? Nope. Don't feel it in my arm or in my tummy, as long as the shot is not cold.
So I have to say that when I do my shot in my arm, sometimes it does hurt. And I think it depends on if you're using a pen like Gina and I assume Grant do, or if you're using compound. I find that the pen, because it is spring loaded, and your skin is very sensitive right here, it can be a little, for lack of a better word, violent. It's like pow. And sometimes I find that the underside of my arm can hurt a little bit, and it can also, I can get a little bit of a bruise. But if you've ever had your ear pierced, you put up with that for a hot second, right? And so it's a tiny second. Yeah. So for the results, I'll take it. I don't care.
Well, I put my CGM on last time right here, and it hurt. That's why I've been afraid to do the shot in my arms.
It hurts way less than the CGM. The CGM can hurt a little bit. It's got a much fatter needle that goes into your arm. It comes back out, right? It just leaves the filament in your arm. The needle stays in the applicator. But that, if you look at that, that's a pretty beefy needle that's going in.
Oh, I know. It scared me. It scared me a big time before I did it for the first time. I've got a video about that too, so you can see me all scared and then doing it.
Give you a lollipop.
No. Oh, and Melanie likes the castaways. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
And Elaine says, I started taking Mounjaro on 6/29 after watching your video, Gina, on giving the shot. My A1C has gone from 12.1 to 7.2, which is huge for me. Yay! I'm currently on 5 milligrams of Mounjaro. All right, Elaine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a much better A1C. And I bet it's going to go down even more the longer that you're taking this medication, Elaine. And Robin says, heading off to bed. You guys all look wonderful. Love to hear all the good tips and tricks. And Jeff, you look good too.
Thank you.
Thank you, Robin.
And Cindy says, off to bed. Blessed for another week. Bedtime is 9. My bed lets me know when it's time to hit the sack. And I think she is the last one. All right. And I took my shots. We got that done. We do need to find out who is winner chicken dinner.
So it looks like it's hard to tell.
Top fans. Hey. All right, drum roll. Third place is Robin Lockwood.
Okay.
Second place is Melanie. And third place is Cindy, Tess the Bulldog's mom. Pam actually was number 4. I thought maybe she was going to be higher than that. But yeah, those are the top 3 spots. Yay!
Awesome. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you for your support.
And Calamity Jane did kind of answer my question, so I might still try the shot in my arm. She said out of her CGM, insulin, and Zepbound was the least painful. So
Okay.
I
Nice.
might try that.
Well,
Nice.
it's always good to try something new and see
Yeah.
what you think.
Yeah,
You never know.
absolutely.
Yeah, I always wear my CGM on my left arm, so it's my right arm that I give myself my shot in. I don't give it in the same arm that I have my CGM in. I don't know.
I always leave my left arm free for the blood pressure cuff. I don't know.
Oh, there you go.
Have it.
All right.
He
Yep.
just
Yep,
read that.
and he read that. So
Grant
that's
did.
all in there. So thank you so much,
Thank you.
Grant.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much, Grant and Mindy, for joining us and giving us your best tips for breaking a stall.
Thanks for
Thank you for
having
the
me.
opportunity.
Yeah, it's so fun. All right, everyone. Hold on to your anchor moments and make it a great night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.